Brazil.
10 things that will shock you about Brazil.
What could shock us at this point?
We watched a video only in Brazil, and there were some shocking things in there, so nothing can shock us now.
And we listened and reacted to Anita songs before.
Hello, I'm Anita. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I'm sorry.
Hello. Did you just disrespect Anita?
No.
How dare you? Well, Brazil, we're going to get some more information about the country. It's a place we'd like to visit. We just don't know exactly like where to go and where not to go, especially.
Yeah, and we're like kind of hubbing in Asia. We're actually in the US at the moment, but we're hubbing in Asia. And Asia and South America are not connected very well flight-wise, so
very hard to cross between those continents. It's probably like some of the hardest to.
Yeah, it probably is. And then like he was saying, we don't know about places you should avoid and stuff like that yet. So I guess we'll have to learn.
Let us know down in the comments what are some good videos where we can learn more about Brazil, whether it's travel tips, the culture, the food, or anything else that you think we'd enjoy. And you can check out our travel vlog channel. Like he said, we have been in Asia most of the time, so we have a bunch of vlogs from us traveling around Asia, and we have stuff in the US and Europe as well. If you want to check that out, link in the description below.
Now it's time to see how shocked we get. Oh, Walter, what do you got for us?
Come on, Walter.
Oi, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World today.
I mean, Mark from Walter's World.
Mark, yeah, sorry.
We're in Mariana, Brazil for the 10 things that are going to shock you about visiting Brazil. And I bet you didn't think you'd see churches like this in Brazil. You thought it was all just, beaches and bikinis. No, there's so much more to shock you about.
Are there bikinis in the churches?
Are there beaches in the churches? Are there bikinis in the beaches?
Maybe.
Brazil. But anyway, let's get started with our list of the 10 things that are going to shock you. Okay. Oh, wait. Here's the first thing that's going to shock you when you come to Brazil. Giving the okay sign might get you punched in the face.
I like how he just does it right in there, and that guy over there is like, huh?
Because the okay sign here in Brazil.
What he didn't tell you is this also means something offensive.
Yeah. You got double offensive.
Worse than the middle finger, so do not use it. I remember the first time I came to Brazil and somebody let us go through. I go, oh, thanks, okay. And my friend reached across the car and said, what are you doing? We're going to get beat up. I'm like, what? I said it's okay. No. Brazil, this is not okay. Brazil, you always give the thumbs up, all right? So that's the first thing that's going to shock you.
That's good to know.
You get punched in the face for giving the okay symbol. Now, the second thing that might shock you about Brazil is, let's put it this way. You don't need to bring your modesty when you come here. You will see more skin here in Brazil than you ever thought you would when you go to the beach, because it's all about having the smallest bikini to show the most amount of skin. And there's no fat shaming here. That's why I love this place. It is my favorite country to go to, by the way. People ask me, Brazil's my favorite. And you can't, there's no modesty here.
He's been to a lot of countries, and to say Brazil's his favorite, that's pretty crazy. Another reason to go to Brazil.
We'll talk about anything. They'll make jokes about anything. You might think, oh, that's not politically correct. That's no, they're pretty hilarious here with all these things. But the thing is, the modesty, you're going to see a lot of skin here. And that's one way you can tell the tourists at the beach. Tourists have more stuff covered. Brazilians have less stuff covered at the beach, okay? I won't show any pictures of me at the beach because ninguém merece. No one deserves that, okay? But that's the thing that's going to shock you is all the skin you're going to see. And no need to bring the modesty in your suitcase, all right? Now, the third thing that's going to shock you when you come here is kind of the laid-back attitude here. Look, nothing happens quickly in Brazil. You want the bill. Hey, I need the bill quickly. They'll say, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Take your time, okay?
So it's sort of like inherited that. That's sort of like a Southern European thing as well. Maybe from the Portuguese as well. They inherited that like a tiny bit. I don't know. That's interesting.
Similar to the Philippines, it's Filipino time, where it's just kind of like, people will be a little late. It's Southern Europe. It's all that influence, that little break they take in the middle of the day to take a nap.
You're going to get a bus ticket or a train ticket or something like that. Look, I think they actually cut down a whole tree for each set of train tickets and bus tickets they print out for you. It takes a long time getting the bill, getting to places on time. Well, on time means I say 9 o'clock. It means
Brazilian
10 o'clock.
Steakhouse.
And no one's upset about that. So make sure you come here and realize you're going to have to chill out, okay? And it does shock tourists when they come here because they expect, hey, things are going to happen quickly. No, it's all about the laid-back nature here. Right, Caleb?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so even Caleb knows. Now, the fourth thing that shocks you, and this actually shocked me, is if your beer isn't cold, you can send it back. In Brazil, you drink your bean gelado, well chilled, or bem geladinha, really chilled. And if the beer isn't super cold, you can actually send it back. This isn't like in Europe where it's like a little bit cold, or the US was kind of cold. Here, you'll see in the refrigerators where they sell the beer, it'll have the temperature on there. And seriously, you might have a little ice crystal here and there, but if it isn't cold enough, you can send it back, okay? And that kind of shocks people. Hey, my beer is in bem geladinha, send it back, and they're totally okay with that, because I know it's got to be really cold. Now, the fifth thing that'll shock you when you come here are the
Well, we don't drink beer, so it's not helpful.
It's not. It maybe it's slightly shocking, but
oh, that is shocking.
Mosquitoes. Look, we're here in the winter of Brazil.
Mosquitoes.
I mean, obviously winter.
Okay, so first thing I want to say before he gets into whatever he's gonna say is, we were just in like the jungles, a little bit in the jungles of Asia. Like we went to the jungle a bit in the Philippines, never like too much at night, and in Malaysia and stuff. And there's mosquitoes, but they weren't ever as bad as back home in Minnesota, because Minnesota has a ton of lakes. They're just insane here. So I wonder what he has to say about the mosquitoes in Brazil then, because I mean, it's some dense jungle in Brazil, so they gotta have a lot, right?
I mean, on t-shirts and stuff like that.
There wasn't even as many in Costa Rica when we were there as there is in Minnesota.
And we haven't had too many mosquito problems, but I've been in Brazil during mosquito season, and I had my bracelet with the anti-mosquito stuff, mosquito spray. You notice the boys are all covered up for mosquitoes just in case, spray like that. And literally, I remember in the Pantanal, I could see where my spray stopped working, because there was like a shield of mosquitoes there. So mosquitoes can be really bad, especially so when you're coming in the summer. Make sure you bring your DEET, your bug spray with DEET, and your wristbands that fight off bug stuff, because you really need that here. Even the Brazilians,
it's an epic picture right there.
That's mosquitoes can get you, and there's ones that are a hell of a lot tougher than they have in the US and Europe that'll really get you. So you will be shocked about how crazy the mosquitoes can be when you come here in the summer, okay? Now the sixth thing that might literally shock you are the electric showers here. In Brazil, you might be going to like a posada, kind of like a bed and breakfast, smaller hotel kind of thing, or staying at someone's house and using one of their showers, or maybe you're in the Pantanal or Amazonas, and you'll be taking a shower and you'll look up and you'll see on your metal shower head or something like that, there's some wires, electrical wires going into the wall, or better yet, going into a plug. You're thinking, wait, I'm going to turn the water on while it's connected to electricity? Yes, they have electric showers here. Is it everywhere? Probably. If you're at a hotel, you won't see it so much. But if you're going to do some of that adventure tourism, getting out and seeing the beauty of Brazil, you will see some of those electric showers. You will be okay. It's just sometimes you're like, I don't know if I feel safe doing this. It does kind of shock people. You won't get shocked, but it can be shocking. One word of advice: if you are going to use those electric showers, turn the water on just a little bit, because if you put the water on too much, it can't heat the water as much, so the shower won't be as hot. So just turn a little bit of water on, so when the water comes through, it can heat all of that there, okay? Now,
I don't have as good of water pressure, though.
It's sort of similar. In the Philippines, most of the showers have like a separate like water heater
right next to it,
a big device for it. So it's sort of similar to that, but it seems like it's a little bit different.
I mean, the plug in the shower in my condo, I mean, it was literally just right next to the shower head.
Yeah.
I mean, you could very easily just...
That could be shocking.
The next thing that's going to shock you is, you don't throw the toilet paper down the toilet. The toilet paper is for that trash can next to the toilet.
Oh, not like
Look,
that.
The pipes in Brazil, maybe not the best ones out there, maybe not big enough. I don't know the true reason behind it. Maybe it just can't handle it. But you have to realize, you might be shocked if you do throw your used toilet paper in the trash can next to you. And I've seen it at airports, at bars, at restaurants. You do throw it in there because the pipes can't take it. And that can be a bit shocking for some people, going, wait, I put my toilet paper in there? So when you go to your hotel, you might ask them, hey, do I use the toilet? Do I put my toilet paper in the toilet, or do I put it in the trash can by the toilet? So that can be kind of shocking, especially for Americans when they come here going, wait, what's that? It's not everywhere, but it can be a bit interesting. Now, the other thing that might shock you when you come here is, yes, the Brazilians are just as crazy and just as fun and just as awesome as you've heard about on TV, radio, music, all this kind of stuff. Brazilians are awesome. They will show you their country. They will show you around. They'll tell you what to eat. They'll tell you, you shouldn't be eating that. You should be eating this. They'll yell at you, your beer's not cold enough. Throw that away. They are crazy, insane fun.
That's very helpful for us sometimes, because we're the type to just kind of like not ask and just kind of like do something and hopefully we can figure it out ourselves. So when people like notice that we're doing something wrong and they're like, oh, here, I'll help you, That's very helpful
That's
for
not.
us.
That's not what he said. He said they'll walk up and be like, "What are you doing? Throw it away!" He'll be like, "Ah, ah."
Especially if you can come at Carnival when they really go nuts. Carnival is fantastic, and you'll be shocked about how much skin, how much music, how much loudness, all this kind of stuff you have here in Brazil. It all comes together there, but it really comes from the people because they love their music. The music here is awesome, and the vibe of the people is just so crazy that you'll be shocked. Wow, these people really are super nice.
heck?
No, they probably won't speak much English, but you'll still be able to communicate with them okay because they are so friendly and so helpful that you will be all right, all right? Now, the ninth thing that'll probably shock you to death when you come to Brazil is driving. Look, driving in Brazil, I don't recommend it. Take the bus, fly with Gol, do whatever, take a taxi. Don't drive on your own because it can be white knuckle, oh my God, as semis swerve like this on the highways and people are running across the highways and stuff like that. And it can be really, really like heart attack inducing when you're driving here. Also, when you are in the bigger cities like Sao Paulo, Rio, you may think, oh, I found a parking spot. Oh, no, no, no. There'll be a guy there saying, oh, no, come this way. Come this way, and he'll say, "Oh, I saved this parking spot for you, for you, my buddy." And you got to tip the guy a couple reals. I mean, the nicer the place is, the more you tip them. Otherwise, something bad might happen to your car. But seriously, the driver in Brazil will give you a heart attack. Okay. The 10th thing that's going to shock you when you come to Brazil is you can literally swim with jacaré, i.e. alligators, and piranhas. If you're going to Pantanal, one of my favorite experiences is just floating on an inner tube down the Pantanal, and my friend Fernando tells me, "Mark, look behind you." And I look behind me, and there's a jacaré. The alligator's head is like here for me to the camera, okay? And I'm like, I just kind of moved over. He's like, "Oh no, they're kind of docile here. Remember, everything's kind of laid back."
They're kind of docile here.
I don't know if I would trust that.
That's scary.
All it takes is them to go, "Honk." You're dead.
Or just like one day, it's just a little bit more hungry than normal.
It's like, dang, my brother alligator stole my food last night. Now I'm gonna eat somebody's fracking arm off.
Death roll.
It's a bit chilled out here, okay? But it was just kind of like, oh my God, you can actually swim with these guys. And you can go with the piranhas. They won't eat you. You can fish for piranhas. Actually tastes pretty good. So that's kind of crazy.
Oh, interesting.
Now,
you can either be the hunter
or the hunted.
Of course, you know, I'm really bad at math. You know, my PhD's in banking, so, you know, fuzzy math works for me. So our 10 shocks, I'm going to give you a couple extra ones. The 11th thing that will shock you here is one of the things that will kind of like open your eyes is the inequality in Brazil. You will see the favelas, the shanty towns here, and you'll see, wow, there is a lot of poverty here in Brazil. And you're like, wow, there's so much poverty, but there's so much potential, there's so much stuff here that it is kind of shocking. And when you're in Rio, you really see the favelas going up the hills. Other places like Sao Paulo, you don't see it so much. It's on the outskirts, but when you travel around the country, you do see that inequality. So if you can help people out, do help people out, okay? And the 12th thing, let's stop. We'll finish with something happy. The 12th thing that's going to shock you when you come here is how much weight you're going to put on when you're here.
Oh, yeah.
You like the food
Rice
here?
and beans.
Yeah, the boys have liked the food here quite a bit. Here, come here, Liam. So the boys have liked the food here quite a bit. So Liam, he's been eating the linguiça, which is the sausage.
Really hungry right now.
You like the ice cream here? Yeah, the ice cream here, pau de queijo. He's been eating up so much. I think he's gained like 10 pounds while he's here. I think I've gained 10 pounds. There's so much great food when you're here. From the meat, picanha. Oh, you gotta have a little bit of the steak with a little bit of fat on it.
You can tell it's good by how like he's like.
Once you get the hand motions,
you know it's good.
The nice fast to slow hand motion.
Oh, good. See, Caleb can hardly carry Liam now. The food, the fruit, the meat. There's food here you've never even heard of. Pau de queijo, cheese bread. Oh, we have that at Pizza Hut. Now, pau de queijo is this special kind of bread they make with cheese. It is fantastic. The fruits here. Did you know cashew nuts actually are in a fruit, and it's on the top of the fruit, and they make juices out of that? There's so much great food. Here in Minas Gerais, for me, it's the best food out there with beans and rice, and I guess you'll be shocked how many beans and rice you will eat here. There's so many great things, and all the regions around Brazil have different food. In your Bahia, have a acarajé, this bean paste fried thing with dried shrimp inside. Oh my God, it's so good. But you will love it. And you'll be shocked how much you too will fall in love with Brazil Brazil when you are here, because I'll be honest, the people, the food, everything about this place is fantastic. Don't be scared about Zika, or yes, there is crime where you got to be careful, but don't let that keep you away, because this place is fantastic. So anyway, we all want to say, hey guys, come here. Now that we got the whole family here, we just want to say bye from Brazil. It's a fantastic place. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of great more videos on visiting Brazil. Fantastic place. Anyway, bye from Brazil. Adeus. Fica bem.
Bye.
I'm gonna have a cerveja bem geladinha, Brahma. Yay! Because the kids are driving us crazy. Bye. Vamos.
Very epic outro.
All right, fantastic, Brazil. Now we know some things about actually traveling in Brazil.
We're gonna go there and we're not gonna be as shocked.
No, we won't be shocked.
We can't make a travel vlog and be like, first impressions of Brazil. We were shocked.
I mean, one of the things, I mean, he like didn't mention much about the crime. That's one of the big reasons we're like,
yeah,
it's a little scary. But apparently he's just kind of like, you know, just be smart.
Yeah, that seems to be a general rule. And like obviously things can happen that's out of your control either way. But being smart can really, really help your chances when you go to the country.
So we're going to stay.
We're not very smart, I gotta say. So that's one of the things that's scary about us.
We'll just be walking down a neighborhood and be like,
oh, this looks pretty cool.
Whoa, oh, look at that. Oh,
we did this in other countries. We can do it here.
Anyways, I really want to try some Brazilian food we never had before.
I mean, there's in Dubai, in the Dubai Mall. The most insanely rated restaurant we've ever seen in our entire lives. It had like 4.9 or 5 stars on Google and so many reviews. And it was a Brazilian steakhouse. And I got to imagine it just tastes so good. It
was like, you know, like $200 a meal.
Yeah, so we didn't go.
No, it's not possible for us to. That'd be so crazy. Hey, unless they want to give it to us for free.
If you guys are watching this video, probably not.
Subscribe if you want to see it at a Brazilian steakhouse right now.
Not.
Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one.